Good afternoon, water polo fans, and welcome to the Washington State Boys Championship. This is the 7th and 8th place game. The Gig Harbor Tides versus the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Number 6 takes Quinn with the ball, passes around. Gig Harbor controlling possession. Gig Harbor in the white caps, Roosevelt in the green. Ball set into Quinn, shot, saved by Roosevelt. Phillip. And they are heading the other way. Evan with the ball, sets it into the middle. Go to Will. Will making a play. Shot off the crossbar, recovered by 1A Joey Hughes. Hudges. Each team has registered a shot with no goal resulting. Gig Harbor pressing the ball up the field. Ball set in, no foul. Tipped, recovered by Roosevelt. Number 20 is Vin. Roosevelt on the counterattack, looking for some options. Passes up the right-hand side. Continuing to attack the wing. Ball in, recovered by Roosevelt. Ordinary foul on the perimeter. Roosevelt maintained possession. All the way across, intercepted by Roosevelt. Pass to the middle. Mishandled, recovered, and Joey Hughes steals the ball out of the middle and gets out of that predicament. Ball passed up the right-hand side. Ordinary foul on the perimeter. Ball popped in play. Gig Harbor attacking. 7 on the shot clock. Shot, save, Roosevelt. Phillip Petra. Ball passed into the middle. Extra defender by Gig Harbor makes it a steal. Number 12, Drew Hudson. Shot, saved by Phillip. Ball on the other end. All the way across. Fighting through. Passed in the middle. Ordinary foul. Get 20. 9 seconds on the shot clock with Roosevelt possession. Passed across. Shot. Save by Joey. Exclusion for Roosevelt. In Roosevelt's favor, number 13, Sam Barber, excluded for the Tides. Roosevelt working the ball. Shot, goal. Number 6, Will Hoying. Makes the score 1-0 in Roosevelt's favor. Tides looking to respond here. Ball passed in, recovered by Phillip, making it Roosevelt ball. Roosevelt countering 3-on-2, passed across. Foul on the perimeter. Ordinary foul. High pass tipped away by number 2, Jackson Davis. and the Tides recover possession. Pushed in. And stolen by Phillip. Ball picked up the middle to Vin. Vin on the counterattack. And penalty called. Penalty called on number 6, Quinn Middleton. And it looks like Vin Fetty is going to be taking the shot. Shot. Goal. Number 20, Vin Fetty of Roosevelt makes the score 2-0. Roosevelt with 2:41 left to play in this first quarter. Ordinary foul up top. Shot over the cage, making it Roosevelt ball. Ball being worked up the left-hand side towards the middle. Number 6, Quinn Middleton has earned a second exclusion for not backing up during a free throw. Roosevelt is man up. Shot. Goal. Would be number 4, Hughes Witzer with the goal. Makes the score 3-0 with 2 minutes left to play. Drive up the top, making a play. Pass to the middle, recovered by Roosevelt. Roosevelt on the counterattack. Ball flipped up the middle. Penalty. Attack on the back. That is Jackson Davis earning a penalty. Taking the shot appears to be number 3, Evan Year. Shot. Goal. Roosevelt, number 3, Evan Year. Makes the score 4-0. Roosevelt with 1:30 left to play in this first quarter. Big Harbor continuing to press forward. Shot blocked by Roosevelt. Worked up towards the right-hand side, down the middle. Shot and goal, Roosevelt. That is number 10, Will Gilsbury with the goal, making it 5-0. "52 seconds. The Roosevelt Rough Riders have a commanding 5-0 lead to start this game. Shot saved, followed to, and scored by number 9. Who is not on my roster. Number 9 at Gig Harbor with the goal. .29 seconds remain in the first quarter. Pressure up on the top, working the ball down the right-hand side. Ball set in. Stolen, recovered by Gig Harbor. Flip back to their goalie. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shot does not register, and that is the end of the first quarter. With the score, Roosevelt 5, Gig Harbor 1. And there was the whistle for teams to line up for the start of this second quarter. And right now the score being Roosevelt 5, Gig Harbor 1. Roosevelt is in the green caps, Gig Harbor is in the white ones.
Far side, back up, head on the line.
There's the whistle to start the second quarter, and the sprints are underway. Sprint 1 by Gig Harbor. Number 12, Drew Hudson. Ball passed into the middle, whipped away by Phillip, and recovered by Roosevelt. Shot, goal. Number 20, Vin Fetty with the shot and goal to Roosevelt. Stretches the score. Roosevelt 6, Gig Harbor 1. Gig Harbor with ball working it up the right-hand side. Ball put in, shot, tipped, saved by Phillip, but Gig Harbor maintains possession with a 2-meter. Ball set in, Roosevelt double teaming, Verily recovers the ball, makes it Roosevelt ball. Gig Harbor on the counterattack. Roosevelt on the counterattack against Gig Harbor. Ball head into the middle. Second man comes in for Gig Harbor. Ball goes underwater, making a Gig Harbor ball. Muscling in, shot, saved by Phillip. Shot, saved by the number 1 Aiden Bartlett. Well, up, stolen by Gig Harbor. Ordinary foul up at the top. Gig Harbor maintaining a counterattack. Stepping in. Shot off the crossbar. Ball passed way up the field. Roosevelt trying to find some room. Passed in to the baseline. Ball on the left-hand side, no foul. Flipped over. 8, 7, 6, over, across, mishandled. 3, 2, 1 on the shot clock. Turnover based on shot clock. And Gig Harbor starts going the other way. Passed up to the top middle. Headbutt makes it Roosevelt ball. Roosevelt pushing up through the middle. The man advantage, pass to the middle and recovered by Gig Harbor. About 4 minutes remain in this second quarter. Roosevelt recovers an errant pass, flips it back to their goalie. Passed up the right-hand side. Tries to get it across. Good defending, recovered by Gig Harbor. Ball passed up the right-hand side. Gig Harbor pushing in. Ordinary foul on the perimeter. Turnover for not putting the ball in play, and then exclusion in number 21. Tristan Reed, 21 of Gig Harbor, is excluded for Gig Harbor after flicking the ball on a turnover. Roosevelt then calls a 30-second timeout for their athletes to go down and sit up. We have 3:10 to play in this second quarter. Ball put in and passed up at the top. Ball worked around. Across. Worked back to the top. Shot off the crossbar, off ahead, and recovered by Gig Harbor. And number 21, Tristan Reed, is excluded again for pushing off the wall on re-entry. And then turnover on Roosevelt on the ensuing man up for a player inside 2 meters. Gig Harbor on the counterattack. Shot, goal. That is number 12, Drew Hudson with the goal. Makes the score 6-2. Exclusion number 13 of Gig Harbor, Sam Barber. Shot goes high and wide. Gig Harbor on the offensive, working the ball up the left-hand side. Swinging to the right as Sam comes back into play. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Fast in. 3. Ordinary foul. 2.5. Shot. Mishandled. And they let the shot get off. Continuing play, so a save for Phillip. Roosevelt working the ball up the right-hand side. Ordinary foul on the perimeter. Set into the middle. 3 Gig Harbor guys attack. And the ball trickles out to Aiden Bartlett. Aiden Bartlett with the ball of Gig Harbor looking for an outlet. Passes up the middle. Gig Harbor attacking. Shot saved by Phillip. Short pass from Phillip makes this a little bit harder. It's going to be an exclusion for Jackson Davis. Ball flipped back. Roosevelt is slowing the game down a little bit on this possession. Stepping in, shot, goal. That is number 10, Will Gypsy with the goal for Roosevelt. Making the score 7-2 with 50 seconds left in the second quarter. Okay. Number 11, Gig Ebe Hoying on the exclusion for Roosevelt. Timeout, Gig Harbor. With 39 seconds left to play, they are going to be at a man advantage. Timeout over for Gig Harbor as they go line up. Again, 39 seconds left in this second quarter. Gig Harbor is currently at a man advantage. Ball set in. Working the ball. Ball knocked out of bounds, making it Roosevelt ball. Man comes in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.17 puts it in play, so the shot does not get off. And that makes the halftime score Roosevelt Rough Riders 7, Gig Harbor Tides 2. And here we go, start of the third quarter of this 7th, 8th place game, with Gig Harbor winning the sprint. Again, Gig Harbor is in the white caps, Roosevelt is in the green caps. Roosevelt currently has a 5-goal lead, and shot! Goal number 12, Drew Hudson. Makes the score for Gig Harbor 3, Roosevelt 7. Roosevelt working the ball up the right-hand side. Foul on the perimeter. Ball passed in, 3 Gig Harbor players recover, ball forced underwater, Gig Harbor ball. Gig Harbor on the counterattack. Pass to the outside, moved in, working that right-hand side, ordinary foul. Pass back in. Roosevelt there to recover, shot, saved by Phillip. Passed up the middle, shot, goal. Number 8 for Roosevelt, Jacob Martin. Makes the score Roosevelt 8, Gig Harbor 3. Gig Harbor working the ball up the right-hand side. Flipped in, pass to the middle. Ordinary foul. Roosevelt on the attack. Going up the middle all alone. Defense comes in. Ball under, makes it Gig Harbor ball. Worked up the right-hand side. Stepping in, pass to the middle, shot, saved by Phillip. Passed up, going the other way, long ball. Penalty shot. Penalty called. Shot, goal. Will Gilsbury with the goal. Roosevelt stretches their lead to 9. Offensive foul in the middle, making a Roosevelt ball. Ball put in play, pass back to Phillips on the goal. Working up the right-hand side. Pushing the ball in. Stolen by number 3, Grant Hudson. Grant Hudson trying to make a counterattack, ordinary foul. Ordinary foul on the perimeter as they're working the ball on the left-hand side for Gig Harbor. Stolen by Roosevelt. Recovered by Phillips. Forced up the middle to Vin. Vin driving through. Stolen by number 12, Drew Hudson. Ball being worked up the right-hand side, or the left-hand side for Gig Harbor. Passed into the middle. Ball taken out of his hand, recovered by Roosevelt. And then re-stolen by Gig Harbor. Ball passed down the left-hand side. Ordinary foul on the perimeter. Ball set in, turn, shot off Phillips' hands, trying to drift in and pulls in goal. They're going to give the goal to number 13. Gig Harbor, Sam Barber with the goal. About 3 minutes remain in this third period. Roosevelt attacking on the right-hand side. Gig Harbor pressuring for defense, overpass. Full set locked up, make it save. Foul on the perimeter, or a foul, and Gig Harbor ball. Looking to spring something. Ball being worked up the right-hand side, across to the left. Foul on the perimeter. Work forced underwater, making it Roosevelt ball. Back to the goalie. Philip Petrovich forcing the ball up the middle. Stolen by Gig Harbor. Finish the steal, making a Gig Harbor ball. Gig Harbor on the counterattack. Worked up the left-hand side, trying to find the person. Passed into the middle. A little long, recovered by Philip Petrovich, making a Roosevelt ball. Working it up the left-hand side, set in, ordinary foul and set. Mishandle of the ball, recovered by Gig Harbor, but not sealed correctly. Stolen back by Roosevelt. Passed in, ball forced underwater, Gig Harbor ball. Tides are looking for a counterattack. They're up on the left-hand side. Lobbed in and wiped off the goal line is Philip Petrovich with the goal. Or then flips the ball up the right-hand side. Ordinary foul on the right-hand side. Roosevelt. Driver comes in. A lot of bodies in the middle. Nobody can get a handle on the ball. Ball called forced underwater, making it Gig Harbor ball. Put up the left-hand side, passed into the middle. Stepping in. Shot off the crossbar. And Philip Petrovich again gets the ball. Goalie's making some big plays. Number 9 for Gig Harbor, Sam Haddon gets a exclusion called. Ball immediately recovered by Gig Harbor. 25 seconds remain in this quarter. Ordinary foul, 18 on the top. taking too much time to put the ball in play makes it Roosevelt ball. Roosevelt looks pretty content to be patient with this quarter, the end of this quarter. 3, 2, 1. There is the end of the third quarter. Roosevelt Rough Riders 9, Gig Harbor Tides 4, going into the fourth quarter of this 7th and 8th place game. Here we go. Teams are lining up for the start of the fourth quarter. Currently, Roosevelt is maintaining a 5-point lead. There's the whistle. The buoy is dropped. Roosevelt is sprinting for it. It is still recovered by Gig Harbor. Gig Harbor pushing the ball forward. On the right-hand side. Fast out. Ordinary foul on the perimeter. Forgetting to put the ball in play makes it Roosevelt ball. Roosevelt pushing forward. Phillip patiently with the ball. Works it up the right-hand side. Roosevelt with the driver. Passes behind him, recovered by Roosevelt. Passes way up to the top. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Full set called for hooking, making it Gig Harbor ball. Ball going up the middle for Gig Harbor. From the top right-hand side. Full set trying to make a play. And set. Ball being too far away, recovered by Roosevelt. Roosevelt gets the ball up the left-hand side, patiently waiting. Fast up the top, into the middle. Recovered by number 1, Aiden Bartlett. Aiden looking for some help with the ball. Works it up the left-hand side. Swings it to the right. Grant with the ball, stepping in. Lobs up over the cage. Ball swung up the left-hand side for Vin. Vin trying to put a move on. Vin goes in, takes a shot. Fingertips. And recovered off the line by Aiden Bartlett. Timeout, Gig Harbor. It is their second timeout. Gig Harbor just doing a quick 30-second timeout for some substitutions and setting up. 4:50 remains in this fourth quarter. Roosevelt still leading by 5. Ball thrown into Aiden Bartlett. Aiden puts it in play. Swings it up on the left-hand side, down the line. Driver for Gig Harbor. Up to the top middle. Out to the perimeter on the left. Driver comes in. Ball comes in. Turn shot off Phillips' hand. And the garbage ball falls to number 7 in Adam Hurley of Gig Harbor, where he just pushes the ball in, making it a Gig Harbor goal, dropping Roosevelt's lead to 4. Ordinary foul on the top, flipped down the right-hand side, forced underwater by Gig Harbor, making it their ball. Ball passed up, Gig Harbor trying to keep a man advantage counterattack, flipped over to Adams, saved by Filip Petrovich. Roosevelt on the attack, adamant. Trying to work it in, deflected by Gig Harbor and recovered. Gig Harbor trying to get a counterattack. Ball tipped, and Vin steals and recovers. Passed into the middle on a driver. Stolen by Gig Harbor. Gig Harbor looking to swim and counter. 3 minutes, 20 seconds remain. In this game, Gig Harbor still down by 4. Ball set in. Exclusion number 20, Roosevelt Vin. Infetti. Shot saved by Filip Petrovich. And timeout for Roosevelt. Roosevelt doing some substitutions. Again, they are up by 4 with 3 minutes remaining. we go, ending Roosevelt timeout. 3:08 left to play in this game. Ball kicked into Phillip. Phillip works it up the left-hand side. Then looking for some option, passes it up to top middle. Ordinary foul on the top. Ball put in play. Looking. Flipped over. Devin, 10, 9, 8. Pass to the middle. Shot off the crossbar. And recovered by Gig Harbor. Ball worked way up this side. Ordinary foul on the perimeter. Gig Harbor's at a man. Shot saved by Phillip. Up the right-hand side to Roosevelt. Have a driver in the middle. Ordinary foul. Flip to the middle. A little long, recovered. Shot. Goal. That is number 10. Will just be with the goal for Roosevelt. Stretching it back to a 5-point lead. 2:14 left to play. Gig Harbor on the attack. No call in the middle. Makes it Roosevelt ball. Roosevelt pushing up. They're open on the right-hand side. Stepping in. Shot. Goal. That is number 3, Evan Yearly with the goal. Making the score 11-5. 1 minute 48 seconds remain. Big move and attempted turn at the top. Driving through, pass over the top, ball forced under. Philip Petrovich again making the play. Number 6 for Gig Harbor. Quinn Middleton earns his 3rd exclusion. And a 2-on-1 yields a Gig Harbor advantage. Pushing forward. Ordinary foul. Swung out on the right-hand side. Shot off the crossbar. Shot. Oh, Philip Petrovich keeps it out of the cage. Off the crossbar, recovered by Adam Hurley, and Philip Petrovich keeps it out of the goal for Roosevelt. Steal for number 12 of Drew Hudson, and then Drew Hudson commits a minor misconduct and is excluded for the rest of the game. Making it will be Roosevelt's ball. They will be man up with 42 seconds left in this game and a 6-point lead. Roosevelt working the ball around. Number 7 for Gig Harbor, Adam Hurley, also receives a misconduct. Shot saved by Aiden Bartlett, and Gig Harbor gets possession 19 seconds. 10, 9, 8. The ball's being pushed out of frame a little bit. Roosevelt gets the ball, and that will be the game as he just swims. There is the final score. Roosevelt Rough Riders earning 7th place at this Washington State Championship, and Gig Harbor Tides earning 8th place. We will be back at 3 o'clock for our next game, which will be Stadium High School versus Bellevue High School for our 5th, 6th position. We'll see you back at 3 o'clock.